Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo. Negative Alpha Bravo. And this is 7 November Golf. Roger, request you check your Romeo side. I'll go ahead and check my Tango side. 7 November Golf out. November 8 and 8 5, 7 November, say again. 7 November, go. I copied a while ago, 1 Charlie transmission that my thing used, November, go. 1 Charlie, go. And 8 5, this is 7 November, Charlie. 8 5, right now. Now 1 Charlie, 7 November, go.
This is 1 Charlie, welcome to your last. You're bringing 158 extra box back to 1200 between teams and local. Also request your units take inbound message to see if we can try to get Whiskey 9 and 8 for pause at the playground.
And this is 7 November, Roger, stand by.
Got that.
Got it? Alright. And all units, this is 7 November Golf. My unit Alpha, Echo, X-ray Alpha Alpha in there.
One Charlie, Alpha Bravo.
Hey, I never took a dip. I forgot to take a dip.
Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo. Whiskey 9, Yankee, 7 November Golf, over.
This is Whiskey 9 to go.
Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo. Whiskey 9, Yankee, 7 November Golf, over.
This is Whiskey 9 to go.
Whiskey 9, 7 November, interrogative Alpha Bravo. Negative Alpha Bravo. And this is 7 November Golf. Roger, request you check your Romeo side. I'll go ahead and check my Tango side. 7 November Golf out. November 8 5, and 8 5, 7 November, say again. 7 November, go.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Quick audio check. Let me know if I'm loud and clear. This is the free Nexus letter giveaway. This is it. You've made it. The Nexus giveaway is brought to you by B-Buck 2003. Yes, B-Buck donated the Nexus. Loud and clear. Awesome. Donated the Nexus to Dr. Sharma specifically. So this is for mental health conditions, either direct mental health conditions, conditions that lead to mental health. So for instance, lower back pain leading to depression, or mental health leading to other conditions like mental health, PTSD, leading to GERD or IBS. So anything linked to mental health, that's what the Nexus can be for. Okay, it's already paid for. All you have to do once we announce the winner is email Dr. Sharma. Well, hold on. Email me. I'll put a 3-way email to Dr. Prashant Sharma to make sure that you're the person. And that's it. Kosovo, I hope you will win, but we'll probably calm that down a little bit. Because don't forget, I have to read all these, okay? You don't have to comment when. Don't worry about it. Just relax. Everyone breathe, okay? Now I'm going to show you a picture. Hopefully it works on here. This is... There you go. Do you see that? I think it's backwards on your screen. 8,289 shares. Only about it's not backwards. Okay. Only about 6,000 of those actually emailed me, and I marked every 50. So I have a random number generator on my app here. I'll hit the random number generator. It'll give me a number. I'll go to that number in the email list, and that veteran will have 48 hours to respond to my email. Okay. And if they don't, I'll go to number 2. And if they don't, I'll go to number 3. And if for some reason number 3 does not work, okay, they don't answer, we'll do another live stream. But I doubt that'll happen, okay? If you still want to enter, you have until 8:30. All you have to do is share a long form video, okay, that I have. Take a screenshot of you sharing it, like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Email it to me with the subject line BBuck. I'm going to put that up in the chat right now. It's got to be BBuck. My email will automatically throw that into a folder, and that's how it'll happen, okay? Now, enough of me blabbing. Let's start answering some questions. Off the bat, see, this is the very first one. I'm going to show you StreamYard's blanket one, because the very first chat we have is a new member. Liz, welcome to the TheCivDiv team. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Members can download Discord and ask me questions all throughout the day. I actually need to make a video on how that works. But yes, so download Discord, join the Discord. It's on the channel, and link your account. You can ask me questions whenever you want. All right. So Military Mike, what's up, big dog? Says Army and Navy National Guard, retired Master Sergeant with 31 years of service. You're, okay, chemical dude, air assault. All right, let's get to the question here. Morty's, I'll come back to you. Is it a positive indicator whenever a CMP exam is given? Is it a positive indicator that there may be a foundation? Okay, is it a positive indicator? No. It's the claims process. It's not an indicator for good or bad. It's just your claim warranted an exam. The VA needed more information, so they schedule an exam. All right. Now your second question of is it a positive indicator that there may be a foundation for a rating or CMP exam standard? It's standard. It's standard. Absolutely standard. Okay. I'm going to answer your last question here. Are in-service forms, no such thing, such as periodic health assessment questionnaires. Okay, so HA, so annual health assessments, pre-deployment, post-deployment health assessments are all solid. All right. Very effective when it comes to medical documentation. It's the standard, actually. It's the golden standard. All of your health assessments, annual health assessment, pre- and post-deployment health assessments, all of those are the standard when it comes to medical evidence from service. Okay. Mr. Yodi, I'll talk on the VA claim clinics here soon once I get down to your question. But yes, they are real, and I have a confirmed one, and I'll give you the dates for that here in a second. All right. Morty's Trap House. That's an awesome name. What's up? I broke my foot in basic training. It's still broken 20 years later. Clerical error, then wrong paperwork, then denied, gave up. In between, 20 years later, permanent broken foot, no compensation. I'm a vet. Something's weird here, man. I would definitely look at your decision letter and find out why you were denied. And if you have a current diagnosis and any evidence of your foot or any bone being broken, that should be a pretty much slam dunk. Now, there's a time frame in question here, but there's something missing here that we would definitely need the full context to figure that out. Bobby D is one of my favorite names on YouTube. Thank you for being a long time fan of the channel. Appreciate that. Look at this sick mug I got. Okay. Will a Nexus letter help with the mental health increase? It will not. No, it will not. But Bobby D's, if you're referring to, let's say you emailed me and you win, you could still use that for a DBQ. Okay. So a Nexus letter, no, but the DBQ is included in that. I should have been more specific. So for increases, DBQs would be the way to go. And that would be an absolute baller of a claim to submit a private DBQ as an increase. All right, Tyler. Okay, we answered that one, or you answered that one. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. What if they lost your in-service medical records? Statements come into play, okay? You need to absolutely, you need to prepare for denial, okay? Prepare for the board. And I know I hate giving that answer. It absolutely sucks. But if your records are truly lost, okay, and you know you have evidence from service and you have the current diagnosis and you've been denied, obviously, I would absolutely 100% consider hiring an attorney. And I hate that's the answer for you. I absolutely do, but that's what I would do, okay? Fighting the VA without evidence is not going to be in your favor, and you need representation on your side. Crystal, what's up? How's it going? All right, when should I start submitting my evidence for an increased claim? I put an intent to file last September. Whenever you're ready. Once you're ready to submit that claim, you submit everything in one go, bada bing, bada boom. Whether you're doing it through a VSO, so when you have that meeting with them, you submit the evidence, or you're submitting it online. You submit that evidence right then and there, either through the claim portal itself or quick submit right after. Either way is fine. Easy does it. Are you familiar with backfill claim? No, I'm not, but let me go to Gunny Google here real quick and just see if I don't have a name mixed up. Backfill claim, VA disability. The first thing that comes up on, it's an internal VA code sheet, correct dates for disability. Is it a mistake? It looks like it was a mistake that was made. Okay. Has anyone had issues using the Burn Pit websites? I can never finish filling out the questionnaire. I always get kicked out to the main page and have to sign in again. I haven't. I don't know about anyone else, but I definitely have not. Yep, Patricia, good luck to everyone. Awesome. HLR called me today. What's next? So, thank you very much for that $2 donation. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and highlight this comment here. Okay, thank you. So you had the high-level review with an informal conference, I'm going to assume. You had that conversation. Depending on what was said, which they would have told you right then and there, if there was a duty to assist, they're going to kick it back to develop more, which is technically a supplemental. It'll get kicked back to a standard claim, and the process rides out. It depends on what was going on. There are some HLRs. I had an HLR like this personally, where I had the evidence and the rater made the decision right then and right there, and it was issued 7 days after that. Let me make, so I'm going to add you as a moderator. Thank you very much for that. I totally forgot to do it last stream. Okay, let's take a moment and say what's up to all the members here. B-Book, Easy Does It. Thank you for coming to the stream. Outlaw, yep. Thank you. Let's see, get through all of Kosovo's. Oh, here is Dr. Sharma right here. Good luck to everyone. Thank you so much, B-Buck and Clay. Doc, thank you very much for your service, even after service. We definitely appreciate you. All right. Tracy Nichols says, hey, everyone. When, no reason to comment when. Kosovo started that. Has anyone done the VA, the mobile clinics yet? Okay. So confirmed, 100% true, confirmed. July 27th. You know what? We'll just go to the website. Let me share my screen real quick. We're gonna go to the website. All right, here's me. This is my ugly dome up here. There we go. Come on, Tracy. Okay. VFW National Convention 2024. This is 100% confirmed. I talked to the assistant director last week while I was in Germany, actually. This will have 3 exam units with the ability to make decisions on that same day, July 27th, August 1st. This is the VFW National convention. This is what the secretary was referring to. Yes, your claim can be rated in 1 day. Confirmed. I swear on my freaking life. Okay. Now, there are some claims that just need further development. For instance, I'm just going to give you one example. Let's say you have a sleep apnea claim without a diagnosis. Obviously, you would need a diagnosis for that claim, which is going to be an overnight thing. It's probably not going to be decided that day. Okay. So yes, there are some claims that just can't be decided in a day. But for the most part, the goal is for this convention, well, a part of this convention, the goal is to rate veterans that same day or throughout this time period, July 7th to August 1st. Coincidentally, it's in my hometown. I haven't worked this out yet. Okay. I have not worked this out yet, but if I can, I'm going to try to get a home trip out of it, expense report it, go see my mama, and then make the convention. But no plans yet. Once I do have plans, I'll let you know. So I might be there, I might not. But yes, your claims can be rated at this event. It's in Louisville, Kentucky. That is where I am from. Okay. All right, let's get back to my big dome up here. Here we are. Okay, so Mr. Yodi, that's that. Tracy, 93%, been waiting on compensation increase since May. Turned in a bunch of surgery records. Okay, wishing you the best. Surgery records sound like current evidence, right? I'd be curious as to what your in-service events are. I'm setting my alarm because I totally forgot to do that. For 8:30 p.m., that will be the free Nexus giveaway. Bam. Okay. All right, let's go check out the more members, and then we'll come back. Killian, what's up? Thank you for coming to another stream. I appreciate you. I love you very much. Thank you. Soul Moon Rising, thank you very much. For those of you who don't know, I was in Germany and Italy, tagging along with the wife, and went to go see one of my really, really good friends who was a prior Marine, who's in Italy. He lucked out. He's now a dependent. His wife's an officer. Beautiful life. Okay. Hi, Clay. Can you link a video for veterans adding a dependent parent? I don't have one, right? But I can certainly get on that. If not, can you add the topic to the list? I absolutely can. Feel free to hop in Discord and put that in the requested video chat so I don't forget. But yes, I can. Happy NES. Thank you very much for being a member. What's up? Kevin, hello, Clay. There are many vets in here in the Philippines. Do you think it's possible to get one of the clinics here? I have no idea, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. Probably not. Okay. I don't think that's in the VA's purview at all. There's no indicators that say that. I reviewed the actual C file and found CMP examiners did tell large lies. That sounds like you need a lawyer up to me. Their DBQs say they reviewed the C file, but they missed obvious information proving they didn't. Hey, if that's the case, you have an appeal right there, right? If it's within 1 year, higher level review, easy HLR. Okay. And Michael Watts, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. If you have a question, throw it in the chat. Throw it in the chat now so I see it. Okay. And Outlaw, hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much. If you get value from the channel, hit like. Okay. Hit like. Do that. Do that for me. Help me out. Help you out. Help other veterans out. Easy does it. We have 2 more member chats, and we'll go back up to the top here. Have a couple 0% connected claims back in 84. VA policy will combine to 10. Not always. There's some stipulations there. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's not always the case. Backfill claim submitted for me. Just curious if it will result in back pay. Oh, if there was a mistake made, it should. Yes. Okay. We did supplemental with buddy letters, rebuting on top of the VSO, tried to at 526 easy, even though we were. That sounds weird because the 526 is for initial claims, so something is up there. Okay, that's either the wrong claim form, which would be bad, or there's some context missing and it's actually for a new claim. Okay, all right, but don't worry, we're gonna go back up. We will go back up to the top here, and answer everyone's question. But if you're a member and you're here, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for being a member. Okay. Military Mike. Salute you for that name. Somebody told me since my sleep apnea manifested during Title 32 active orders, I need an event, but I had been on Title 10 active duty orders. My conditions would have been connected automatically. Whoever told you that is wrong, like super wrong, super wrong. Okay. So it's the easiest way to explain that is what is it funded? Okay. So can you receive the disability from Title 32 orders? You absolutely can, assuming it's federally funded. Okay. Title 10 is an obvious yes. That's the best way to look at it. In my opinion, that's how I would look at it. All right. I had my C and pigs in today for an increase. She didn't use the ruler. We'll see what the outcome is. Sometimes I eyeball it. It's not right. It's not necessarily wrong. I know what a 90-degree angle looks like. I don't need a goniometer for that. So it just depends. B. Marcus. If one mental health diagnosis is denied, can you still get a rating for the other? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Okay, Greg, I see that. Thank you very much. Jay, actually, from TheCivDiv, gave me this shirt. We do Aloha Fridays at work, and he had bought 2 of them. He has the same shirt. So, okay. Wondering what you found out about the Kentucky thing in August. I haven't found out anything at all. Haven't really been looking into the mobile clinics, but you should, before going, you absolutely need to call. But I can tell you, July 27th to August 1st at the VFW National Convention, they will have 3 mobile units and the capability to decide claims the same day. That is a real thing. Everyone keeps saying it's not. It is. Okay? I'm telling you, it is. Okay, Jose Villa says, hey, Clay, hope you're having a good day. It's all right. Oh, we answered that one. Yep, thank you very much. I definitely appreciate that. All right, Rick, can you tell me how long it takes to get a decision? No, I can't. There's not a single person on this planet that can answer any timeline questions ever. I don't care if you're prepped for decision. I don't care if it's in the national work queue and it's shot out to the regional, the RO. I don't care where your claim's at or what type of claim it is. No one can tell you an accurate timeline, and I hate that's the answer. I don't like it, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Yep to you. I took the pulmonary functions test, and they found an obstruction in my breathing. I do have in-service events which include COVID and being in Saudi. Do you have any idea what it may be? You're going to need some stronger in-service events than that, brother. Okay? But what was the result of, I know you say you found an obstruction in your breathing. Did that lead to another referral? Have you had a sleep study? What's the result of that? What's your diagnosis? Oh, Vinny says, I love the intro. Thank you. I need to update it, actually. I need to get more pictures and do an update, but thank you very much. Those are all fans of the channel. Had my CMP exam today for a UPCR ramen. All right. How do you win the Nexus? Share a long form video, screenshot it, email it to me. Subject line BBUC. You have till 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which is in about an hour. All right, retired Chief Warrant Officer 4 here who had TBI, denied, and a few years later found out that the examiner wasn't qualified. That sucks. The VA sent a letter, but unfortunately I never saw it until years later. What did you do with that? Have you submitted a supplemental? Why were you denied? Have you combat that with evidence? What's your game plan here? What's your game plan here? Okay, let me... This Kosovo dude is hilarious. Okay. Here we go. Recent diagnosis for back issues. All right. That sucks, but at least you got the diagnosis. Should I get CMP exam before starting treatments with private doctor? You already have the diagnosis, okay? Treatments, it depends what we're talking about, but your back is probably going to be range of motion, so the answer is it's really irrelevant. My counter question is, what's your in-service event? What is your evidence from service? Everyone seems to forget that, which in my opinion is the most important of the three. You can fight a diagnosis in a Nexus. Fighting evidence or in lieu of evidence, fighting no evidence from service, very, 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 very difficult. That's my question. What is your evidence from service? Depending on what that answer is, will kind of dictate how you can go about that claim. If the answer is none, it's not impossible. It's just very difficult. And now I see this. You've been service connected for lumbar strain. So I'm going to assume it's a lower back condition. They're all the same. If your range of motion, which I'm going to assume it has decreased since 91, you should most likely, given these two comments, you should most likely submit an increase. There's always some other context here. What conditions in your experience have a high possibility of being static? To be honest with you, to be honest with you, Jetbreaker, after the OIG report of 22 or OAG, forgot which one, whatever, the VA got slammed, and there really hasn't been. I mean, if you're 100%, I rarely, within the last year, rarely see 100% without PNT. Can it happen? Yes. But to answer your question, one, conditions aren't static themselves. There are a few of them, like an amputated leg. That's not going anywhere, okay? That's a pun. Very bad pun, dark pun. Sorry. But like your mental health is probably static. It's not likely to see 100% mental health static ratings, okay? Sleep apnea is definitely static. My email is clay.sims@civdivonline.com. I'll go ahead and put that in the chat. It's also on my channel somewhere. I don't know where, but it's somewhere. Whoa. Got this coffee right here. VA keeps extending the records research task. This is the 4th time. How long can they do it? I don't know. There's no timeline. No timeline. VA shows diagnosis for sleep apnea, but not service connected. Very, very common. I'm about to provide evidence that it was in service to convert from 0 to 50. Last sleep study was 3 years ago. New sleep study needed. Okay, I'm going to answer your question, but there's some context within this comment I also want to address. Yes, you're going to need a current diagnosis, current meaning within 1 year, okay? Now, you most likely still have sleep apnea. That's not the issue. The issue is your evidence from service. What evidence from service are you referring to? Second thing, I'm going to assume you're denied outright completely, not service connected. If it's 0%, then it's still service connected. It's just rated as 0. I'm going to assume that's not you. But yeah, you're going to need a diagnosis. Okay, I have been turned away 2 CMP exams because they deemed I need further medical treatment. What happens now? I would absolutely want some context on this because CMP exams aren't healthcare appointments at all. They're a legal exam to examine, well, really to fulfill the VA's request, which is to look at the condition, diagnose if needed, That's a little subjective there. Determine the severity. And complete the DBQ. I just got tons of emails from everyone. Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Okay, good evening. What's up? Thank you for your amazing guidance. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. My family thanks you do very much, Marine Brutta. Awesome. Question, does the VA review what's input into the intent to file? I'm so confused by this. Your intent to file is just letting the VA know that you want to submit a claim. It's like saying, it's a warning order. If you want to get real nerdy about it, it's a warning order saying, hey, VA, I want to file something. They're like, all right, cool. You got 365 days. Boom. That's it. Doesn't matter if you can, I'm going to assume you mean online because this question implies you're submitting it online. So if you start the intent to file and you start a claim for 6 conditions and you never finish it until 9 months later, then all of a sudden you add more conditions on, that's it, right? So I don't understand your question. Yes, they review the intent to file. They're supposed to. Jimmy Dirk. I was an Army Mortars. What's up? I was also a mortarman in the Marine Corps. I had all of that. I put in file for cervical strain due to carrying all the heavy mortar infantry gear and equipment. So that is an in-service event, Jimmy. I'm going to assume you weren't denied at the claims in progress. I will tell you right now, CMP examiners heavily lean towards medical evidence. I'm going to assume you don't have any from service. If you do, that's great. If you don't, that's an issue. You may have to do a higher level review on that and what that's going to look like. I hope that's not the case. I hope you're service connected. But in the event that the denial letter says you don't have in-service events, I would do a higher level review personally, just based on what you said here. With an informal conference, talk to the rater about your evidence from service, which is other than medical. What the rater could do, depending on what that situation looks like, is request the examiner consider evidence other than medical, right? Like deployments, roles and responsibilities, all that jazz. The CMP examiner could also do it on their own, but I would not bet money on that. For my sleep apnea question, I've already passed the 1-year appeal window, so new claim. Nope, you need a supplemental. If you've been denied and you're past 1 year, you need a supplemental claim. The 1 year is for back pay and higher level reviews. Is being underemployed the same as not being employed for claims purpose? My Social Security employment records show my employment at below poverty level for the last 20 years. I guess you mean IU. I guess this is an IU question. You can still work with IU. It's not common, right? I mean, who wants to work for less than 15 grand a year? But you can. That's what you want to do. I assume that's what you're asking. Feel free to ask your question, Rise and Shine. If you could reword that, and I'll catch you at the bottom here. I was referred from referral letter clearly states service related. Okay. Let's look at a question here. Hey, Clay, is it necessary or helpful to add ICD code to your Nexus letter? So, Frank, this doesn't really make any sense because your Nexus letter should have a section talking about your evidence. And if you're diagnosed officially with an international classification for disease, ICD, that's going to be in there, okay? And so if it says, low back pain, but it doesn't have the actual ICD code in there, it's not an issue. It should be in your evidence anyways. So I'm going to say no. It's weird that it's not in there, but I don't think it's a big deal. Louisville is a reasonable drive from Huntsville. That's one reason why I want to move to Huntsville. Okay. Ducks fan. Absolutely. But yes, July 27th to August 1st is confirmed. I'm trying to have a meeting recorded with the assistant director. He's busy. I'm busy. If I can make that happen, I absolutely will. All right. Never received treatment for headaches while on active duty, but noted in my exit retirement physical screening, doc noted that it's controlled by over-the-counter meds. Is that enough? Yeah, it's enough. Your final physical or exit exam is in-service events. That is medical evidence from service. It's actually your last chance to get medical evidence from service. But yes, pretty good. It's pretty good. Ben Sims, do we need to do anything other than be here to enter for the free Nexus? Yep, and I answered that many, many times. Okay. How do you use and find Discord? It's on my channel as a link. And you can join it, but you don't get anything. To access the Discord, you have to, 1, be a member, 2, link your account, link your Discord account with your YouTube account, and then you'll have membership access. I want to show you what the Discord looks like, but I don't want to give any PII out, or I hope that did not ruin my audio because it just said something. Okay. Now, let's see if this works. I'll show you what the Discord looks like if I'm able to do so. Window, Discord. Did it work? Nice. This is Discord, okay? So you have to search CivDiv. You'll see it right up here. And then this is the non-member chat. I'm only going to show you this. I don't want to click on them. But you have general chat here. You can ask me your questions all day. I'll answer them. Uploads and links if you have like DBQs and Nexus letters. There's a private room if for some reason you just want it to be me and you, right? Self-care, this one I will click on. Just talks about going to the gym, doing stuff to keep your healthcare up, and then video requests. If you're a member, you can request videos. There's definitely going to be more to this, but that's what Discord is, and so that's what you get access to if you're a member. Okay. I have no idea, really, whatsoever. The VA is probably your best route to go, okay? I absolutely hate that question, though, because it sucks. It's not okay. Does the VA see and review docs and intent? Okay, we answered that one. Oh, my goodness, I missed one. Rudy, hold on. Rudy, I will get to you. Rudy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It says, thank you, Clay. Mate, thank you. Thank you very much. Seriously. I definitely appreciate that, man. Okay. What do you think about lawyers when they try and reduce you or for denied claims without even getting looked at? If you're being reduced, it's unlikely a lawyer will help you, okay, for that reduction, because they're not going to get any pay from that in most cases. Or for denied claims without even getting looked at. Denials, here's a good indicator. If you want to see if you're able to win your appeal, what I would do is take your case to a lawyer, have them look at it, and if they accept you as a client, that means that they believe that they can win. If they don't, that means that they don't believe they can win. And so at that point, you have a choice to trust them and go with them, or take their word and say, you know what, maybe this claim just ain't going to happen. That's a little cheat code. The attorneys might be a little angry that I said that, but whatever. They'll be okay. if I have an accredited lawyer, can I still go to VFW rating event? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, your last part says in ENI. The only confirmed one is the one in Louisville, Kentucky, their national convention. Greg says, I'm not here for a Nexus letter, just that gorgeous shirt. Thank you. All right. Okay, Chris Stevens. I've been out a few years. Filed claim, one being low back pain. I had many complaints while active, but never got diagnosis while active. So you still have complaints. If your complaints are on your health assessment, if they're medical complaints written anywhere, that's the in-service event, okay? I now have current diagnosis for my primary care. Is that enough? That's more than enough, actually. Your in-service event and your current diagnosis. If you can submit your claim with those two, you're in good shape. I'm not going to call it a slam dunk claim. I want to, but I'm not going to. There's some other factors involved as well, but those two become the foundation for the Nexus. Okay, it's really difficult for a CMP examiner and the VA to say, hey, this person does have the in-service event. They do have a current diagnosis, but the Nexus is not there. It's very difficult for the VA to do that. Do they do it? Yes. It makes me angry, but it's definitely not common. Okay. Of the decision letters for denials that I've seen, it's either missing one of the two, in-service events or current diagnosis. Rarely do I see a veteran have both of those and not the Nexus. I was diagnosed with uritis, but was denied on my claim. What can I do? Really? You got to figure out why you were diagnosed. Why you were denied. Okay. It's not for the diagnosis, which tells me it's for the in-service event. So now you have to find evidence of service. What from service caused that condition? I'm going to say something that's going to piss people off. Just listen to me. Okay. If you're a veteran and your back hurts, that doesn't mean anything. That does not mean your back pain came from service at all. Guess who else's back hurts? Every person on this planet, at least in America. My mom, her back hurts. My sister, her back hurts. My wife complains to me about her back all the time. Meaning everyone's got back pain. Okay. The diagnosis is rarely the issue. The issue is, how is your back pain connected to service? If you can answer that, if you can provide evidence for that, you have a claim. And if you can't, you don't, right? That's the God's honest truth. So just because you're diagnosed doesn't mean anything. You have to have evidence from service, whether that's medical or evidence other than medical. If that makes you mad, you can leave the stream. That's fine. Breathe, go on a walk, do whatever you got to do. But that's the truth. It's the big three: the in-service event, the current diagnosis, and the Nexus. Okay. Can they rule on PTSD with 25 years of VA medical records and no CMP exam? There's some context to this question here I really need to know. Okay, so you have VA medical records of PTSD. Are you service connected? Are we talking about a reduction, which I don't think so? Are you talking about you submitted a claim for PTSD with evidence from the VA, but they weren't warranted a CMP exam? That seems weird to me. There's something missing here. Okay, at Crypto says, FYI to those asking about time, I filed multiple well-developed claims on January 5th. I received a favorable decision in May, back pay due. This is just my experience. I like how you added that last part because that's just your experience. Someone with the same evidence, same claim could have taken longer or shorter. There are no timeline answers. How often do raters concede to combining an on-the-job injury tied to my MOS without medical evidence? I'm not going to say it's not uncommon. Okay, it's definitely not common. Whatever is between uncommon and common. Okay, similar to airborne being service connected. Airborne is different because those are presumptives for that. But what MOS are we talking about? You know, what MOS are we talking about specifically, and what injury we're talking about? Just because you're in the infantry doesn't mean you're going to have PTSD. It's probably likely, to be honest with you, at least the last 20 plus years, but it's not presumptive. Okay. All right, Ducks fan, just found out the denial recently and working through the referral to my PCM. Okay, so you're working on it. You got to get evidence. PTSD service connected. How do I do secondary bridge intermediate obesity? In service surgery caused GERD, ended in esophagus, no longer obese. Can you help with a claim? I don't help with claims. Okay, I don't consult for claims. I answer questions. You used to be obese, but now you're not. And you're wondering if your surgery, if the residual from surgery can be connected. The answer is yes, but you have to have the evidence that shows your PTSD led to all of that. Okay? That's a mouthful. Oh, that was a lot. All right, I watched one of your videos earlier about an example of a personal statement. Could you add an example for a secondary claim? Bobby D's, this is extremely important to understand. Okay. My opinion, totally my opinion, which is correct, by the way. That's a joke. When it comes to statements and secondaries, it's irrelevant because the statement, one, is going to support your evidence you already have. So in addition to, two, your statement cannot build the nexus. You, your mama, your boyfriend, husband, spouse, partner, whoever, does not have the credentials to state that this condition comes from this condition. That is a medical opinion. It's not going to happen in a statement. I don't care who you are, okay? Meaning your statement for a claim, doesn't matter what type of claim it is going to revolve around, one, the evidence you already have, and two, the severity. So if I did a statement for a secondary, it would sound something like, let's say I'm talking migraine secondary to tinnitus. I would say, paraphrased, hey, I went to go see my VA primary care about my migraines related to my tinnitus. When I have, what was discussed is when I have migraines, my tinnitus acts up and they it's like a self-licking ice cream cone, right? I wouldn't say that, but they definitely aggravate one another. And I saw my primary care May of 2024. That would be how I would structure a statement for secondary. You're not able to make the nexus, right, at all. And then, of course, you add the severity in there. Hey, I get migraines 3-4 times a month. I'm taking this prescription, blah, 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 blah. My tinnitus flares up when I have migraines. I have GERD in my STR from 2012, and I've been recently diagnosed again with medication. Would I do a direct claim? Yes. If you have evidence from service, you will do a direct claim. There's no such thing as a direct claim. Just submit the claim. Okay. Now, what I would do personally, because we're talking 2012 here, is get that evidence from 2012 from your service treatment records and submit that with your claim. That would be great. How to diagnose with 50% TBI, but nothing for PTSD. Are these to be rated separately? In most cases, TBI and all mental health are roped together, okay? In most cases. Not always, but the overwhelming majority. Once PTSD hits 70% as it's rated right now, that's when you'll see a lot of the TBI symptoms be roped in with mental health. So the answer is yes for the lower side of the house, no for the 70% side of the house. Now, I've personally seen someone with 100% PTSD and 100% TDI. They're getting SMCT, I believe. And that is a pretty hefty non-taxable. It's like 11 grand plus. But their life absolutely sucks. So keep that in mind. It's definitely a curse. Having a hard time getting my doctor to write a Nexus for my lower back. He is close, but not there. Are we talking private? Are we talking VA? What does that look like? Because we're talking VA, right? I would at least push for the DBQ. The Nexus letter is asking a lot, but DBQ is okay. All right, let's. I'm gonna answer some member chats real quick, then we'll hop back up to where we're at. Kevin, thank you for being a member. Collecting paperwork for IU, employers only willing to provide me for info and dates. We're submitting the claim. If you aren't able to get that information, the VA will reach out, and if they can't, the VA will do what they need to do to continue with the process. So it's not really a big deal. Sir, are elderly veterans able to receive any type of disability for cancer, diabetes, emphysema, GERD, along with 7%? Being elderly doesn't really have, well, if you have evidence from service that these conditions stem from service or service-connected disability, they can be service-connected. I think I should answer it like that. GERD is closely associated with PTSD on the anxiety side of the house. There's a lot of presumptive cancers out there. Diabetes, emphysema. I'm going to assume you have high blood pressure and all of that as well. Okay, let's look. Happiness. Is it okay to do a supplemental with new evidence when already service connected for an increase within the time frame? Hold on. Is it okay to do a supplemental with new evidence? So first, you have to submit new evidence for supplemental, new and relevant. So the answer is yes. When already service connected for an increase within the time frame. If you're service connected, it's within 1 year, you would still submit the supplemental. Okay. If it's past 1 year and you're service connected, you have to do an increase. I think that's what you're asking here. I don't know, but I think that's what your question is. Okay. JC Welch, first time filing. Welcome to the sub. VSO wants me to use 4142. Yep. Have presumptive and secondary claims. So 4142 is it gives the VA the ability to grab evidence from your private insurance, your private care. Okay. So yes. Have presumptive and secondary claims as well as in-service claims. Do you recommend 4142 or just medical notes? I'm going to be honest with you. It's your first time filing. Okay. It's your first time filing. It seems like you have a good VSO. That right there is an indicator for me to hop on board that this is probably a good VSO. I would personally do the 4142. Okay. That's what I would do. If you wanted to submit strictly the relevant medical evidence from your private care records, you absolutely can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, Rob Ogletree. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a member. Seriously. You definitely make my day. Sup, Clay? What's up? 2 months ago, man, it's so hard to get from 93 to 100. Yesterday, 100% P&T all by myself thanks to YouTube. Only took me 2 years. Hey, that's the news I want to see right there. That's the news I want to see. You are 100% P&T. That's awesome, dude. I hope I helped you along that process. Thank you very much. Okay, congrats, dude. Seriously. All right, let's get back to the last few member chats, and then we'll go back up to the top here. What time is it? We have about 30 minutes. Okay. Ben had an MRI on neck and back, radiculopathy. The results are back and show moderate severe stenosis. Will this go a long way in helping my case? It absolutely will. And you have moderate, which I think is 10%. Don't quote me on that. You can look it up on 30 CFR. It's either 10 or 20. I think it's 10. It might be 20 though. But yes. It's fine. I'm going to assume you mean for secondary. For secondary, that's pretty freaking solid. All right. My friend has 16 denials for no continuity of symptom. Yeah, that sucks. Am I correct to advise friends to see primary care for symptoms? So here's what I recommend for continuity of symptom, because that is difficult. Okay, that's one of the hard ones. Is lawyer up. I hate that answer. I hate saying lawyer up, but that's what you got to do, right? So the answer is yes. To your question, the answer is yes. Absolutely get current evidence, and I would also lawyer up. Personally, that's what I would do. Right? If I'm in that situation, 1,000%, that's what I would do. Which I hate. FYI, I won my 6-year-long claim at the BVA with Dr. Patel's Nexus letter. Live life. If you could do me a solid, one, that's awesome. Congrats. If you could email me that letter, you can redact it yourself or I will. I would absolutely love to see that. And I'll email you back and forth on some questions I have about your appeal at the board with this Nexus letter. I would love to do that. Okay, if you're up for it, just email only. I'll do the video by myself. You don't have to worry about that. Email me the letter, clay.sims@civdivonline.com. We can get that going. I would absolutely love to get my hands on that though. Big B, thank you for all you do. Thank you, Big B, for being a member. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go back up to the top here for answering some more questions, and then I'll see where we're at. It's my first time filing. Should I claim everything at this time? Yes, claim it all. Claim it all. Does the VA just decide what will be secondary? Not really. They're supposed to, but I wouldn't count on it. You would see the opposite. Do I check a box on the initial form? Okay. I'm going to assume, Jesse, you're not doing a BDD claim, or you're not. You're past your 1-year window. I'm going to assume you've been out of the military for 1 year. If you're doing a BDD or within that 1 year time frame, no secondaries, just go direct. Okay. If you're past that 1 year, and so you're with the rest of us, figure out what you have evidence from service. All those would be direct. Then figure out what you don't have evidence from service, and then ask yourself, do some Googling. I also have some common secondaries on my channel. There's a whole link on the website. Let me actually pull that up for you, because now that I mentioned it, I gotta go talk about it. Okay, let's share my screen here once I figure out where my mouse is. Boom, boom, boom. I totally did not share my screen the proper way. Hold on. I'm going to show you the secondary list. I want to show you this because it's important. Okay, here we are at Gunny Google. We're not going to go there. We're going to go to TheCivDivonline.com. Bam, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, mediocre website right here. This is the most mediocre website you're ever going to see in your life, okay? This is it. Bam. You're looking right at it. You're going to hit templates up here. Templates. You look at all this stuff. That's fine. What you need is secondaries, common secondaries. There's a video that's going to explain secondaries way more in depth. And then there's this link right here. Bam. Is that the link? Is that the right link? Oh, it is. Here we go. Okay. Then you're going to go here. And look at this. Look at this beautiful thing. Ankle conditions, secondaries. Ear conditions, secondaries. Foot, hypertension, knee, lumbar, PTSD, respiratory. I mean, just everything. There's some notes on secondaries here. And then, of course, the plugs, right? There you go. Use the website. Website's important. Okay. Use the website. The website is important. Okay. All right. We have a chat here. Hold on. Everyone slow down. Thank you very much. ELOL. Thank you. Appreciate that. Says, hey, bro, love the info you give out. Thank you. Recently got rated 100% due to kidney cancer. That sucks, man. I hate to hear that. Congrats on your rating. Along with 90% due to PACT Act presumptive intent to file in May 23, filed May 24. Should ED be the intent to file date? For all your PACT Act related claims, the answer is yes. Okay, had to do some date math in my head real quick. The answer is yes. For all your PACT Act related claims, your intent to file was May 23rd. Yes, that should have went back to August 10 of 22. 100%. Okay. There are some factors involved, like the diagnosis changing. That's not really that common. So most likely the answer is yes, you're correct. That should have been the effective date. The VA gets that wrong all the time. I'm actually going to link you a video, man. Give me a second here. I'll throw it in the chat below on, I just posted this too, on doing HLRs for effective dates. It sounds like that's what you're in right now. And there it is. Oh, let me put the name here. HLR effective dates. There we go. Check that out, dude. The website is TheCivDivonline.com. You'll find it on the channel as well. Okay. Thank you very much, ELOL. I appreciate that, man. Seriously. Okay, let me find my mark here because I absolutely lost it. Here we are with Scott Roebuck, 11 Bravo, yet, with 60% for migraine, shoulder, and knee. Okay, I don't know what the question is there, brother. But if you have a question, you're gonna have to type that out. Maybe there is. Let me just search a little bit down here. Scott Roebuck. How strong are buddy statement? You're definitely 11 Bravo. I can tell you that. That's a joke. I was also infantry. I can tell you those things. Statements are strong if they support the evidence or if they recount an event. Okay. If statements are in lieu of evidence, they're not strong at all. Ravens fan says, question, do you think this Project 2025 propaganda will affect VA disability ratings? No. No, I do not. I think that anything involved with the election or the year 2025, I wouldn't even pay attention to it. Okay? We are team don't vote, personally. When I say we, I mean me. We ain't got time for that. I have a pending claim for sleep apnea secondary to PTSD. My VSO says the CMP examiner said at least as likely as not for sleep apnea for mental health. Would there be any reason the VA would deny? The technical answer is yes, But that's not going to be the case, dude. You have a favorable CMP exam, especially for sleep apnea secondary to mental health. At least as likely as not is what you need for that. You're going to be service connected. Congrats. Congrats to you. I heard you can use your sleep apnea percentage if you don't religiously use a CPAP myth or fact. That's a myth. What you're probably referring to is the proposed changes. But there's also a statement in the proposed changes that talks about comorbid conditions or just coexisting conditions. So if you're unable to wear your CPAP because you have night terrors or whatever other reason, and those are service connected, you're fine. I have a CMP exam where my chiropractor at the VA completed DBQ for my neck and my lower back. Are they going to use those? If you submitted them, yeah, they'll use them. That doesn't mean that that doesn't mean you won't have a CMP exam, but they will certainly use those as evidence for sure. Geo says, I have a sleep study done and Nexus letter and currently been treated for over a year with CPAP machine. What are my odds for the supplemental claim? So you've been denied sleep apnea, 1. Based on this comment, there's no way I can tell you what your odds are. It doesn't really work like that. It's not a gamble. VA disability is not a gamble. Okay. I will say do you have a Nexus letter? I'm going to assume it's a good one. You're going secondary, which means there's no causative factor there. It's probably going to be correlating factors. It's probably mental health if I had to take a wild guess. I'd say 50-50. Starvin Marv says, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea last year. Lots of sleep apnea questions. Can I claim secondary due to my back injury? I'm service connected for my back. What's your weight gain look like from your back? Has your back led to you being overweight? That'd be strong evidence. That's only one way of service connection, but that's what I would look at personally. Okay. Hello, what's up? If the CMP exam doctor diagnosed you on the spot at the CMP exam with neck pain, which is what I was fine for, does that mean it's good? No, it just means you've been diagnosed. That does not mean you have the evidence from service. This is why people get denied, because they submit claims, they don't have evidence from service, okay? Why is your neck pain from service? Riddle me that. If you can answer that question and point to it, you probably have a good claim. If you can't, you have a bad claim. Doesn't mean it's impossible to be awarded. It's just going to be difficult. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sweet emoji. All right. Yanina says, 2 weeks ago, I received a rating for a condition. Last week, I received a CMP exam request for the same condition. Is that normal? Is it the same condition? Is it something else? I would just call the VA, personally. That's what I would do. It might be a mistake. It could also be 2 totally different conditions. Huntsville's a great city called home. That's the plan, dude. That's my plan. Okay. Can you get back pay for a previously denied mental health claim even if it passed the year mark and you didn't do the appeal on time? No. I mean, outside of the queue, no. If you are past the appeal mark, you're that your back pay is done. Okay. Do you provide one-on-ones? Nope. How can a VA claim? How can a VA? I'm GS9 overrule a MD CMP MD. Okay. You're talking about a VA employee. One, the rater's probably not a GS9. First. Two, your CMP exam as a medical doctor. Are you saying that they gave a favorable nexus and the rater denied the claim? Right? Why were you denied? That's what I want to know. There's absolutely some context that's missing here, brother. Feel free to clarify below. All right, submitted a claim. What we got? 810. Submitted a claim with a DBQ and Nexus for GERD. Now the VA created another CMP exam. I'm trying to go secondary to mental health medications. Any tips that can help for the exam? For GERD, one, you got to look at the new criteria. Two, I would bring the Nexus and DBQ with you to the exam personally. And prior to that exam, contact the company and see if you can upload those as evidence. That's what I would do. I was denied mental health in 2017, but I'm currently on appeal. If I win the claim, will I be backdated compensation 2017 to present? If you stayed in your appeal window the entire time, the answer is yes. I'm going to assume you mean Board of Appeals, and that would be yes. I've seen 170 grand, I think it was 173, 173,000 be awarded in back pay. And imagine a check for 173 hitting your bank account, dude. Thanks for the great info. Are treatment codes as good as an ICD code? So the technical answer here is no, because a treatment code is for treatment, right? So I was being treated for some kidney conditions that I did not have. I still have the kidney treatment code, not the diagnosis. Right, so the technical answer is no, but the real answer for VA disability is it's good enough, okay? So as long as you have whatever you're being treated for, you have that condition, okay? That's enough for VA rating purposes. But you got eventually the CMP exam is gonna have to diagnose, okay? Nobody knows when the new ratings for anything will come out ever, right? I guarantee you when there's a date, you'll see at least 30 YouTube videos talking about it. So you won't miss it, okay? You absolutely won't miss it. Thank you as always, the TheCivDiv team. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Patrick R, thank you very much, fellow LO81 here. I was in 81. I was in 339, 81s. I have a very big douchebag. 0341. I know I'm that guy. Sorry. All right. Guns up. Let's see. 0% service connected for sinusitis in 2015. I have solid evidence for increase. Do I need the 0995 or 526? Will ED be effective date be 2015? No. So your effective date will be your new intent to file March 24, added January, February, March. Okay, so that's your effective date for your increase. Not supplemental, you'd do an increase. That would be a 526. Personally, I would just do it online, okay, and submit for the increase, and the online system will do it itself, or use an accredited rep like a VSO, county VSO, state VSO, or VFW, stuff like that. For increases, super easy, and you already have the evidence, okay? But yeah, if you have the evidence, dude, increase for sure in March 24th. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. All right. I've been out for 3 months. If I'm diagnosed with anything new by the VA during this time, will service connection be more applicable? since I've been recently discharged? The answer is yes. It will be more applicable, not presumptive, but more likely to be service connected. The answer is yes. That is your golden era is your BDD claims. Your next golden era is your 1 year. After that, you welcome to the suck because you're in the boat with the rest of us. Okay, that is just the truth. Okay, Tyler. Thank you very much, Tyler. I definitely appreciate this. Thank you. Seriously. VA is disputing my duty status for a rated back strain. Since my ER docs 6-slip email chain with my staff chart that said he would send it up for an LOD, never did. Would the VA look favorable? Absolutely. That is evidence. That is evidence. Okay. That is absolutely evidence. You have medical evidence, 1, ER, and 6 slips. And then you have evidence other than medical, like an email chain talking about the LOD. 1,000%, this seems like a favorable claim, just based on that alone. Okay, I'm going to assume you have a current diagnosis. If that's the case, you got a solid claim. All right. Thank you very much, Tyler. I definitely appreciate that. Okay. Do you think you have a chance if lawyer doesn't take you? This is my opinion again. Okay. My opinion is not always right, but it's right. It's a joke. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate that. If you're in appeals and a lawyer does not take your case, to me, I would drop that claim completely, right? If the lawyer says, hey, I don't think I can win this one, I don't think it's winnable, I'm not going to take this case, to me, that's a clear indicator, a very clear indicator to say, oh, well, right? Now, there's a second piece of this, okay? If you're going somewhere like, and I'm not talking bad about them. But if you're going to these huge firms like Hill and Potton, CCK, which are great, they run a business as they should. So, for instance, if you're battling a hearing loss claim and it's likely to be 0%, they're not going to take that case. Okay. So there is a section over here where it's a maybe, but the majority of cases that are denied or cases that won't be taken by lawyers are probably a not winnable situation. Because if they could win it and get paid, then they would take it. Okay. I think it's a very clear indicator that you're not going to win that case. That's my opinion. All right. Tyler, we just got to your questions too. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Darth Maul mug is awesome. This is a beautiful mug. I'm a huge Darth Maul fan. Okay. I'm going to show you this thing I bought in Germany. It's right next door. Let me grab it real quick. Oh, no, it's not. Maybe it's in this room. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm in a hotel room. My house flooded. It's like 98% complete, so should be back in soon. Look at that, dude. It's a little one of those pop head things with Darth Maul on a speeder bike. Look at that. Phantom Menace right here, baby. Okay. Can you see it? Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. All right. So. Whatever. That's what we got today, okay? All right. We have another one. My claims have been, thank you very much, Aziz. Appreciate that. My claims have been submitted and I find a mobile CMP near me. Can I make the appointment and get it done, or should I wait? So this is a question I would like to ask the assistant director if I can get that meeting with them, okay? That's my main question. So the word on the street that I've heard from other veterans is yes, at a mobile clinic that has both CMP exams and VSRs, but I haven't heard it from anyone else. Okay. Demistocles says, I joined with asymptomatic bilateral flat feet. Yep, that's the most common aggravation claim. I've never complained or went to medical about it. My podiatrist wrote completed DBQ. Relating my flat feet to service, should I file? I think you should file it at least, okay? At a minimum, what you're going to want is an exit exam talking about your flat feet getting worse. So, for instance, you had asymptomatic on your entrance exam at MEPS. At your exit exam, you had pronounced flat feet, okay? That regression has to be above that natural regression, if you will. That's why aggravation claims are difficult. And so if you can show that service really did cause that condition to worsen beyond its natural regression of getting worse, then that claim is winnable. What do I do if my son submitted a claim I didn't want to pursue? So first off, I'm not a fan of even spouses. I see a lot of spouses do this. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. But I'm not a fan of family members submitting claims for the veteran. Okay? One. Two, it's already submitted. For whatever reason you don't want to go through with it, you could call the VA and pull the claim. I wouldn't recommend that. But, you know, it is your claim at the end of the day, but it's already submitted. All right, Crypto says, do your homework, get your records, develop your claim, see your doctor, submit intent to file, but don't sleep on the rest. We control our results to a large extent. Absolutely, I would agree with that. What time is it? 8:22. Ooh, it's almost time. It's almost time. Okay, let me check my email, see how many people sent me more, just to make sure the rule works. Yeah, the rule works. All right, we had a good amount of people share that. Okay, let me go back to my BBuck. Okay, sorry, Mila. Can I service connect migraine secondary to PTSD if I have no complaints, diagnosis, and STRs? So, yes, you almost have to, okay? I say almost because migraines has some, I don't want to kind of cover that right now. If you don't have any evidence from service, but there's a way to link it secondary, that's the answer, right? Vice versa. If you have evidence from service, that's the way to link it. Is a diagnosis while in service good enough for an in-service event? It's the golden standard. If there was an in-service event, it would be a diagnosis from service. It actually doesn't get better than that. Okay, that is that would be a slam dunk claim. All right, Aziz, we just answered that one. Just got your question as well. What do I do if my VSO submitted a claim? Oh, that was your VSO, not your son. Okay. We answered that one. Yeah, Bree's going to walk. Let's see. Thank you for answering my question. Thank you for educating us. We'll see you in Discord. All right, Chris. You have to become a member to access. You can access the Discord, or you can join the Discord, but you can't access anything. You have to be a member for that. For claims purposes, is there a difference between myelopathy and radiculopathy? Technically, the answer is yes. We're looking at diagnostic codes here. But as far as nerve damage, so in your legs, you can have 5 nerve damage claims. In your arms, you can have 1. 1 on each side, okay? Below the legs are a total of 5. So the answer is yes, no. I get 50% for migraines, okay? That is the highest rating for migraines. There is a TDIU clause in there for migraines alone, although it doesn't rate your standard TDIU standard, but you can be rated IU off of migraines. It's not common. Submitted claim for PTSD, diagnosed, being treated. We answer that one. What is the best option to obtain a Nexus for migraines, IBS, and GERD? I'm 50% PTSD. Been going to the VA mostly for TBI and back therapy, but not having any luck to get seen about these conditions. Yeah, so first off, I'll get to that. Thank you very much. First off, I wouldn't recommend a Nexus letter or DBQ until you're in appeals. That's just me personally. Can you do it? Sure. 1. 2, I'm assuming you mean migraines, IBS, and GERD secondary to PTSD, and the best route would be a psychiatrist. Okay. Someone who's a physician, like they went to med school, not a psychologist. Psychologist has a PhD in psychology. A psychiatrist goes to med school. Okay. All right, 826. Let's see, Dream Parlor. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Clay, thanks for all you do for us. Question you might not know. Oh, I know. I'm kidding. There are a few things I don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Okay. Should I go with a local CMP examiner or what QTC calls a fly-in CMP examiner? I think you should attend the CMP exam that you are given. Okay. I don't care what type of person that is or what QTC wants to call it. They're going to schedule you a CMP exam, and I would go to that one. Okay. So if you mean local CMP examiner, what are the credentials? Is one an MD and one's an NP? Right. I would go with the highest credentials personally. All right. Oh, I skipped one. Did anyone have a DBQ filled out by VA doctor after the VA secretary? Lots of people have, Charles. Lots of people. Lots of people have also been denied that privilege. Clayton C. What's up? Sweet name. I'm still waiting for my sleep apnea claim. I'm diagnosed, had sleep study while active. 7 claims waiting. Do I need all to be done, or will I get one at a time? The VA will make that determination. Okay. If they have this chunk ready, they will make that decision. And let's say 2 or 3 or need more time, then they will go ahead and defer those claims, which just means they need more time. All right, it's 8:29. I'm going to not answer any more questions here. Okay. And it's time for the Nexus letter giveaway. So first off, no more submissions. Okay. Let me get these out of here. I need all the space I can get. It is time for the Nexus letter giveaway. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Hopefully I do this correctly. Hide this comment. All right, check it out. I have a random number generator on my phone. I have emails. I'm not going to show you the emails because there's a buttload of PII in my email. It's insane. Okay. So I can't show you the emails. You just have to take my word for it. I'm sorry. I have a random number generator. There's about 6,000. There's about 6,000 people that have shared. Okay. This was pre-stream. 8,289 in total. About 6,000 have entered into the contest. Every 50 I starred. Okay. Every 50 I have starred. So what I'm going to do is do a random number generator. From 1, I'm just going to make it 6,500. And if it's over 6,500, then we'll do it again. Okay, ready? The random number is 4, 3, focus, 4383. All right. You're going to have to give me a minute. All right. One. I'm going to need my tag mark system here. I'm going to use chat as a tag mark, okay? So this right here is 1,000. Okay, this one right here. All right, that's 2. We're on 2,000. This email. I should name the emails who didn't, who I stop on, because that's who didn't win. Okay. All right, I'm on 3,000. Here we are, about to hit number 4. What we got? All right. Here's 4. Okay, now I really need to pay attention. It's 443. Okay. It's 150, 100, 150, 2. Here's 3. 350. Okay. 350. I got to count 33. All right, 33. I'm going to say the name, not the email, just the name. Make sure I spell this right. Why am I counting with them? Okay, Christine June. Christine June, you're the winner. I'm going to do 2 numbers, okay? I'm going to do 2 other numbers, and I'll post them in the chat. Just in case Christine June doesn't answer me in 48 hours, I'll go to number 2 in 48 hours. And then after that, I'll go to number 3 in 48 hours. If for some reason no one answers me, we'll just do this again, okay? But Christine June, that's you. If you're in the chat, that'd be great to hear you. If not, I'm going to email you right now. And that name sounds familiar. I actually think I talked with you on LinkedIn a while ago. I'll have to look. But Christine June, that's you. Okay. 2 more numbers just in case. All right. One number is. Yes, we're still live, brother. Can you see that? 1984. That's what you get. 1984. That's funny. That is such a funny number. Okay. 1984 is number 2. I'm not going to say these names, all right, because I don't want to give anyone false hope, but I will reach out to you. And the third one is 719. 719. Okay. Yes, Christine June was the first winner. The second winner was 1984 and 719. If Christine June doesn't say anything, I will absolutely reach out to 1984, and then after that, it will be 719. But Christine, congrats. Thank you for everyone. I mean, we had about 6,000 shares for the contest and over 8,000 shares that people just didn't want to. They shared it but didn't want to. And we got one last chat that I missed here. It says, do your homework, look for info, educate yourself. I did it and barely speak English. Awesome. Double congrats to you. Please don't give up. Cheers and good luck from Puerto Rico. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, that's it. Yeah, 1984. Thank you. Okay, that's it for the stream. Seriously, thank you for everyone who came out to the stream. Thank you for everyone who entered and shared. We'll probably do this again at some point. Just depends. Also, huge shout out to B-Buck. Okay, B-Buck. I actually might make a shirt with your name on it. All right. Thank you, B-Buck. Seriously, the reason we're able to do this is for B-Buck. So thank you very much, B-Buck. Everyone have a good night. And I'm off to do one of my hobbies that my wife absolutely loves my hobbies for. I do want to highlight B-Buck's comment one more time. Holy baloney. Now I can't leave. Now I can't leave after that, right? Let me find B-Buck's chat real quick, and I'll answer that here in a second. Here we go. This is B-Buck. Thank you, B-Buck. I definitely appreciate that. Last minute banger here. Hold on. Gregory Proctor. Let's catch up about that VeteranAI thing after the 12th. Hey, absolutely. My house is pretty close to being finished, Gregory. So I'll definitely want to wait to do any more partnership stuff until I'm back in my house, just because the setting is better, right? There's B-Buck. But absolutely, we can do that. Thank you very much, Greg. Also, you didn't post it here, so I won't say anything. Just congrats in 2 ways, more ways than one. Okay, double congrats to you, man. That's some big news coming from you. So I'm glad I could help you along your process. There's B-Buck. All right. See you later. Thank you very much. And Greg, last minute banger. Seriously. Thank you.